today we are going to make a beautiful spring wreath. You know, we've had some warm days. It's funny though, because today, oh look at this, my pen's a little dry. Today I woke up to a little bit of snow falling, and just a day or two ago it was looking springish. So I don't care, I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to do some more fun spring style rocks. Maybe it will just, you know, force it to come a little faster. Today I'm using almost all 1M or extra fine tip pens. This one you can definitely do with a brush as well. I do this, these pens work great because they dry really fast, so it works well for these live videos. The only color I'm going to use today that isn't a 1M is this pastel blue, but the pack that we linked to on the supplies page actually comes with extra fine tips of these pastels, which I bought my pack a while ago and it didn't at the time. So first I'm just kind of sketching the basic. We're going to layer our wreath so it looks a lot like a wreath when we're done. We did a winter one a while back for Christmas. It had some holly dots. So we're going to start with the basic same thing. Now I know you don't use evergreens, but we're just going to kind of fill in with the green in the same style of pattern. Just work your way around. Always try to have your strokes heading in the same direction, because when you twist a wreath, that's kind of how you create them. So we're just filling in some of the background with some pretty green. And it's easy to do this because there's no perfect way for it to be. We're just layering on top of that brown because you don't want to see too many of the sticks showing through on this style. So I'm going to go right back in with a light green on top of that. And we're going to work around just really quickly just to give it a layer and to give it some depth. Just kind of little scratches. You can do this with a brush as well, just little scratches. I'm picking up a little bit of the paint below, so I'm just going to get that off on the side. Not waiting that long in between layers. Okay, now a big difference between a winter wreath and a spring one is it's not really evergreen usually. It's more leafy style flowers and things like that, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do next is go through, and I'm kind of working back and forth between my two greens just to give it some fun flair. Just going to go through and create some leaves on a few of these branches, I guess you could say. Just work your way around, just really basic leaf shapes, you know, and just add them here and there on the stripes that are already there, like so. You see what I'm doing here. And it's just, a lot of these are going to end up hidden below, but we know they're there. There we go. And the same thing, I'm going to do the light green as well. Good morning, Patricia, Eileen, and Nancy. I know, Nancy, the flurries drove, I was like, what? We've been outside in t-shirts already this year a couple of times. It's like it just can't really make up its mind what it wants to do. My kids this morning saw the snow coming down. Are we going to have school? I said, yes, you're having school. We're not having any more snow days. I don't care. We've got our basic undershape now done here. You kind of have to decide, just like when you're hanging a wreath on your door, which way you want the bottom to be. I want to have my extra space go to the side. I kind of like it floating to the left here. So just using your green, you're going to come in here and create some longer pieces that you can come back and add flowers to. You have a few go on the inside and maybe to the outside. And you can even add a few things off, like so. We're going to do different colors on this one. And you can have it go off to the other side. Even if you're on top, go ahead and put it there. You'll follow that to add some pretty flowers. And then I also went ahead and did some little greenery pieces popping in and off. Just little curls and pieces of green. You know, when you build a wreath, there's always fun little things that kind of pop out and stick out. And that's what gives them so much character. Just like that. And I've got my yellow here, but I think on this one I want to mix it up a little bit. So maybe I'll grab, I don't have my, I think I want to do little, well, purple maybe. I want them to look a little bit different. Well, no, I kind of like that yellow. I'm going to stick with the yellow. I'm kidding. Indecisive. Good morning, Lori. It is always sunny in, well, not always sunny in Florida. I guess it does rain, but I bet you you don't really have a whole lot of winter. Not much spring either. I actually lived in Florida for a little while. So we're going to go in and just start adding some flowers in here and give this a little bit of color. And that's really what makes a spring wreath, right? Is all the fun, happy colors that pop out in springtime. So I'm just adding little flowers on the tips of these. You can have as many or as few as you want. Just make sure that they aren't out hanging about. You want them attached to something. And you can go back in with your green, like if you thought you want another one over here, go ahead and put the flower. You come back with your green and add the branch, I guess you could say, to it after the fact. Now my green is dry already. You don't want to be pulling green into your flower color because you want your flowers to be nice and bright. So I can even add some there, maybe a couple here, like that. And now we're going to go in and add these fun blue flowers. And the way I do those, I work fairly quickly on these so that the color doesn't set. So I'm going to have my dark blue and my pastel blue open at the same time. And I'm going to go back and forth. And all I do is create almost like a oval, but I do it by doing little circles. And then just kind of tap, 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 tap with this one on top and see how it kind of gives it a little variation in the color. So just work my way around the wreath doing those. There we go. And tap, 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 tap. And this one's a little bit of a smaller rock. I didn't have any large base coated rocks. I've been using them up, sending them around town. So I'm just going to work my way around here. And if you're not familiar with how I base coat rocks, if you hit the link above, you can find the how-to on the blog as well. But this style isn't a 360 base coat. It's just smooth on the top. And we'll do one more here. Like that. Just like that. And then in case you have a little bit of dark blue on the tip, just kind of draw it off really quick on the piece of paper before you put the cap back on. And last but not least, I am going to add a few little white flowers in the mix just to brighten it up a little bit too. A lot of the little greenery and stuff you get this time of year has those tiny little white flowers in it. A little bit of brightness you can add, just that easy. And if you can do pinks, you can do purples, whatever style of flowers or things you like. And that's it. It's that simple. So there we go. We have our 2 spring wreaths. It almost makes me want to go out and make a real one like this to hang on my door. I am not very crafty in that manner though, so I probably should stick to rocks. But that's it, guys. That's it for today. And I hope you give this one a try. If you do, leave your comments below. Try with different colors of flowers, or you could do it on different colored rocks and things like that as well too. So I can't wait to see what you guys create. Have a great day. I'm going to try to sneak on tomorrow. I've got one more that I want to try to get done this week. So hopefully we'll get to it. So we'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye.